Hi everyone! Today I'm going to be showing you how to apply our Sheer Minerals makeup, and I'm going to give you a 5-minute face look, and then I'm also going to give you a look to create more drama and have a little bit more glam. So first thing I do is I'm going to apply my primer onto a freshly washed face. So I only need about 1, maybe 2 pumps if you've got some extra dry skin. Divide it between my 2 fingers and then just rub really gently in soft circular motions. Even though I have bangs, I do like to apply it up on my forehead too, because you never know if it's gonna be windy or whatnot. But primer is awesome because it's gonna give you a really nice, silky, soft texture. And then it also helps to create a really smooth canvas on your skin, so that you're going to have your makeup go on more evenly and it's not going to settle into the fine lines and cracks. And also it's going to increase the longevity of your makeup. So you can put your makeup on in the morning and then it's going to stay looking fresh and nice even in the evening. So the next thing that I like to do is I like to use our liquid mineral foundation. The color that I'm using today is Buff. This is my winter color. And our liquid foundation has great buildable coverage. So it's really nice because if you just want to put on a very light amount, but you still get that evening out of your skin tone, and you also get the natural sunblock of about 15 to 20 SPF because of the minerals in our makeup. So you can put this on in a variety of different ways. You can use your fingers, you can use a blending sponge. My favorite way is actually to apply it with one of our kabuki brushes. So what I do is I take our liquid foundation and I just put a couple little drops onto my kabuki brush, like so. And then I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna do just a couple little dabs on one side and a couple dabs on the other, and then I'm gonna start blending it in. I like this application technique because I feel like my makeup goes on a lot more even. And I also feel like there's less stroke lines, there's less waste, and I just think that the coverage is really nice this way. But again, it's more of personal preference than anything. And if you want to go a little bit heavier, you can do a couple more drops. It just really depends on what kind of coverage you're looking for that day. So I really like it a lot. It's very lightweight. It's non-comedogenic, so it's not going to clog your pores. And again, this is what's going to give you that really great sun protection as well, which is wonderful. All right. So now that I've got my liquid foundation on, you can already see how much it evened out my skin tone. I love that. I've always had a little bit of more blotchy skin. Even when my skin is clear, my skin tone is just more blotchy. So I love the coverage that I get with this. The next step that I like to do if I'm doing a more heavier makeup day is I like to use some of our concealer. So this is our Flawless Concealer. It's a cream to powder finish. So it has a really nice applicator wand here. And I like to put a couple dabs under my eye. I even put it on my eye. And this is going to help to brighten the eye. It's also going to help keep my eye makeup on a lot longer. And that's always nice. So once I've dabbed it on, I'm just going to use my ring finger to kind of blend that in. And the reason why you want to use your ring finger is because you actually don't even have a tendon in your ring finger. So it's the least amount of pressure that you can put on your eye and on this occipital area. Our skin that's under our eye is very, very delicate. It's very thin. It's probably some of the thinnest skin that we have on our whole entire body. And so we want to be very gentle with it because we don't want to be doing excess pulling or pressure and breaking down that elasticity. We want to keep it nice and firm and tight. So using that ring finger is going to give you the best care of that delicate tissue. All right. So now that I've got my eyes done, you can tell that I just kind of brightened everything up a little bit. If this was a heavy makeup day, I'm going to be also putting on just a really light coverage of our Sand Medium Loose Mineral Foundation. Now, the reason why I like to use both is because When I grew up, I had more oily acne prone skin. And so I actually like the mattified look. And so I like to do just a really thin coating of this foundation. The other benefit to doing a really light application of the Loose Mineral Foundation is that this has a kaolin clay base. And so the kaolin clay actually helps to absorb any excess oil that your body produces throughout the day. So what that's going to mean is that as I'm going about my day, or, if I'm outside, I'm sweating, or if I'm on the stage under, warm lights, it's going to help to absorb that excess oil and keep my makeup looking really nice and fresh. So I love that I get that extra coverage and also protection. And I really do have so many people comment about the fact that my makeup always looks so good, even at the end of the day. This is why. So that's our Sand Medium Loose Mineral Foundation. The next step that I do is I like to use our Sugar and Spice palette. And so we've got this big, beautiful, gorgeous palette here. And it has your bronzer and it has a highlighter in one. And then if you wanted to just give yourself a really nice all over bronze look, you could actually swirl your brush into the whole thing and then give your face a whole color, or all over color. So what I do is I pinch my brush here and I just kind of dab it in that bronzer. And then I'm going to do some contouring, just really easy, simple contouring. For someone like me that has more of an oblong type face or heart-shaped face, I don't have a great, jawline. And so to help me kind of create some definition and dimension on my face, I love to do this simple contouring trick. So taking my brush that I just got a little bit of that on there, put it right below that cheekbone. You can even go up a little bit, put a little bit here, and even on the sides of the nose. And this is just going to help to bring out some natural shadowing and dimension. And then we're going to do it on the other side. And you can see how just a little bit of that creates more shape on my face, so it doesn't look quite so round. Then the next thing is I just take my brush and I apply a little bit of this bronzer. So same thing, I'm just pinching it, getting a little bit on there. And then I'm going to go on the very top portion of my cheekbone. And same one here and a little bit there. If I did not have bangs, I would put it up on the top of my forehead. Some people like to put a little bit above their lips, anywhere that it would be natural, where you would have just a little bit of a glow and a shine. So that is that. I also love this product because both of these colors are really great eyeshadow colors. So it's very versatile. You can use it for both things. All right, so now I'm going to do some blush, and I'm using our Hibiscus blush. So I've got my little angled blush brush. This is my favorite brush to use for blush. And I'm going to start on the largest portion of my cheek, and I'm just going to do some circular motions working my way up. And you really can do your blush all the way up to like your eye line. And that helps to just draw the eye to make your face look a little bit more slender and brighter. So again, just starting on that largest portion of the cheek and working my way up. Nice thing about mineral makeup too is if you get a little bit heavy-handed when you're doing your blush or anything, it's very easy to correct your mistakes and not have to feel like you have to start all over. So I really like that Sheer Minerals is very forgiving, because sometimes it happens. All right, so now you see I've got my blush on, contoured my face a little bit. Next step in my 5-minute face routine would be just to do my brows really quickly. So here I've got our medium brow pomade and our dual brush here. So our pomade is great because it's very easy to work with. Just kind of like dab your brush into the end there. You want to start in the middle of your brow because that's typically where it's darkest. And so you're going to work your brow down, and then you're going to start at the front. And I like to do upward motions here and get it filled in and then work it down. Now we do also have a dark brow pomade. And so really I can use both. I'm kind of in that in-between color. So it just would depend on, how I want my brows to look that day. But I normally go with medium. Then you're going to take the comb portion, you're going to brush up and over. And so you'll see, like, it just really helps to fill that in, and it just makes such a big difference. So you can tell between the two. It's not super dramatic, it's not overpowering or awkward looking, but just filling in your eyebrows is something that you can do even if you're not going to wear any other makeup, to help your face just look more put together. And I heard one time that our brows are more like sisters, not twins. So it's okay if they're not totally even. Nobody's really are completely even. So don't be intimidated by, doing your brows and feeling like you're never going to be able to get them even, because you don't need to. So that's kind of freeing and awesome to know. All right. So now I've got my brows. Now, if I were just running out the door and wanted to do something real quick, I would put on our mascara here. Our mascara is an organic mascara, and it has beeswax in it, which makes it water resistant, which is really nice, because then you have confidence that, like, if you get splashed in the face or if you happen to cry about something, allergies, you can have your mascara on and it's not going to be running down your face. Now, because it's not waterproof though, that means that it's actually easier to take off. That beeswax, the rice extract, and the green tea in it, and coffee extract help to increase your lash growth. So I've seen a significant improvement in my lash length and thickness since I started using this, and as well as my lashes don't fall out. We're always commenting about people's kids whose eyelashes are so long and beautiful. Well, it makes sense. They're not putting anything on their lashes that are going to dry them out and damage that hair follicle. So I'm going to put on my mascara and I'll come back in just a second. Okay, so now I'm back. I did 2 coats of our mascara here, and you can see how it just naturally lengthened my lashes and made them look so full and beautiful and healthy. I get asked quite frequently if I have extensions, but I don't. I've never even done those, so that's really nice. Huge compliment. All right, so now that could be your face, your your face routine, and you could just bolt out the door. And typically, if I'm not talking, that whole series of steps that I just showed you takes me about 5 minutes. So very, very quick, easy way to get full coverage and be able to just walk out the door. If I want to do a little bit more though, I would do some eyeshadow. And so today I'm going to use one of our palettes here. We've got our Java Obsession palette. And so I'm going to be doing this for you today and show you how I do a real easy makeup look. So I'm taking our lightest color of the palette here, and I'm going to use this as my wash, and I'm just going to put it all over my entire lid and even up onto my brow bone, and just get a really nice cover over the entire area. And again, like I told you, I used that concealer earlier on my lid. And the reason why I do that is it acts as like an eyelid primer. So it's helping get your eyelid ready to receive that eyeshadow and just make a really nice area for your eyeshadow to be applied. It will help it stay on longer and make your colors pop a little bit more. So I just love doing that. Okay, so the next step I'm going to do is I'm going to do my medium color here. And this is like a really nice frosted, almost pewter type color. It's actually one of my favorite colors of all time. So I'm going to start in my crease and go just a little bit above the brow bone. And I'm just going to start working it in. And then I'm going to start pulling it down. And there's a lot of different ways that you can apply your eyeshadow. So many different techniques. This is just an easy one that you can do pretty quickly, and still have somewhat of a dramatic look. If you have deep set eyes or hooded eyes, I know a lot of my customers have questions about how can I get, my eyes to pop, because when I put on my eyeshadow, the color just disappears. And I know that's a really frustrating problem to have for a lot of women. So I took a master makeup class in January, and we actually were taught how to apply eyeshadow to people with deep set or hooded eyes. And so I'm just going to show you really quick what she mentioned. So when you have that deep set eye or your eyelids are hooded, you can't really see this part of your eye. So instead of closing your eye to apply your makeup, you actually want to leave your eyes open. And so what you're going to do with your eyes open is on your eyes, you're just going to fill in all the area that you can see. And then that's how your makeup is going to look when your eyes are open versus doing it with your eyes closed. Does that make sense? So give that tip a try. You'll be surprised at how much of a difference it makes. And I just love seeing people being able to do that and get so excited because they finally have eyeshadow that people can tell that they're wearing. And now I'm just using our darkest color here just to do a tiny bit of drama in the crease and corner of the eye. All right, so that is what I usually do. And then I actually finish off with our amazing lemon lip butter. It's just a little bit thicker of a lip balm, and it's got some really great moisturizers in there, shea and cocoa butter, and it is just super hydrating. And so it just gives you a nice natural shine. So I hope that helps. Let me know if you have any questions or comments, or if you ever want to do a one-on-one tutorial and I can help customize your makeup look for you.